Well, good evening, everybody, and welcome to the Hardline Transport Solutions Rebels Truck Series. I'm Eddie Smith with VSRN, and boy, am I glad to be here. I still have some excitement left over from last week as Aaron Adcock, Lucas Lyons go into the grass side by side for the win. Boy, I tell you what, you can't ask for much more than that. And boy, am I excited to be here with you tonight. Rebels Truck Series always puts on a good show, and we've got over 30 guys here tonight, maybe about all close to 35 folks. So it is going to be a wild one. But Kansas always puts on a good show. It's kind of like a Michigan, but a lot tighter and a lot less space to work with. And so we might see a lot of guys go through the grass at the start-finish line tonight, and maybe before the checkered flag. Let's go take a look at the track information. Kansas Speedway, located in Kansas City, Kansas. Opened in 2001, relatively new track, capacity 48,000, and it is the quintessential 1.5 miler. Going to be a fun one tonight. We're going to see the truck really be able to work up the high side, low side. You're going to be full throttle for the first 15 laps. A lot of drafting, and but you're going to have to save a little bit of tire if you want to be there towards the end. Track position going to be huge. So right now, qualifying underway. Got about a minute left tonight in qualifying, and yeah, if you get a good up-front starting spot, you'll be in good shape. If you end up down near the 30s, you got a lot of work to do. Go ahead and look at the schedule. Michigan is what we had last week, a 4-wide last lap race into turn 1. Thrilling finish, just exciting. And now we go to Kansas, then we go to Daytona, then Bristol, Watkins Glen, Iowa, Dover, Dega, Worldwide Technology Raceway, Darlington, Homestead, Richmond, New Hampshire to finish off the regular season. Good Lord. What a schedule. If I ever seen one myself, I'm so excited for this series. It's going to be so much fun. We get all that fun from Michigan. We go right to Kansas. Then we have some fun in Kansas. We go straight to Daytona. Then, if we hadn't had enough, and everybody's not mad at everybody just yet, then we go to Bristol, baby. Then we let everybody chill out. We got a little break. Let everybody spread out a little bit. Do a little bit of road course racing. And then we go right back to Iowa, then to Dover, put them right in a box and make them race each other, race their guts out. So, man, it's going to be a lot of fun. But we're getting ready to grid up here. Qualifying is over, and caution is out. You can hear me already getting ready for it. Let's go ahead and jump right into the grid. Starting on the front row, and your Chuck Pegleg Pole Award winner is going to be Brett Bieber. In the 808 with a 30.7. Josh Lukovitz is going to start outside the front row. Starting third, Tracy Passons, Jonathan Cofield. Lucas Lyons, Shane Wood. Daniel Cunningham, Travis Beaver. Michael Kostick, Garrett Kinder. Chuck Phelps going to start in 11th position. Andy Kirk's going to start 12th. Starting in 13th is going to be Kenneth Pack. Larry Dale going to start in the 14th position. Charles Stevens Jr. We got so many drivers, I got to go fast. Charles Stevens Jr. in that VSRN paint scheme Chevy Silverado starting in 15th. Mickey Isaac going to start 16th. Philip Monzo in the 138 going to start in 17th position with Kyle Roberts outside him in 18th. Starting 19th, Jake Cunningham, and rounding out your top 20 is Alex Veith. Brandon Wallace starts 21st. James Nelson in 22nd. Matt Knights in 23rd. Curtis Sauberin in 24th. 25th, Mike Bertosa. Hardline Transport Solutions Toyota TRD Pro. Jeremiah Holt in 26th. We're going to talk to him in just a few seconds. Aaron Adcock, last week's winner, starting off a little rough in 27th. Alan Nash, his Po-Man teammate, starting outside him in 28th. Starting 29th is Mike Veith. Hopefully, we don't make him miss his pit stall tonight. Spencer Gay starts in 30th position. 31st, Stephon Davis. 32nd, Tommy Osborne. 33rd is Butch Taylor, Gary Wright in 34th. And that is going to round out your field. So, man, 34 drivers here at Kansas. And that is your Po-Man Pole Award. And let's go ahead and get our driver interview here real quick. Jeremiah Holt, let me try to find you real quick. You got me?
Yes.
Well, Jeremiah, you're new to this league, so we wanted to bring you up here and talk to you. Talk a little bit about tonight's race. You got the roll top paint scheme. What's your plan? You're starting in the 26th position. How you feeling tonight? I know you're ready to go.
Just trying to stay out of trouble. It's a long way to the finish.
Yeah, 100 laps. I mean, you're in 26. If you're going to get to the front, what is your strategy? You're going to be patient, but
just patience and good pit strategies.
Well, all right. Well, we're glad to have you. Glad to talk to you. Thank you for talking to us. Good luck tonight.
Thank you.
Well, there you go. You can say he was focused. Brett Bieber getting ready to take us to the green flag. Take a look at your race analysis. Fixed setup 100 laps, 1 fast repair, and 2 green, white, checkered. That fast repair may be something that guys use a lot tonight, but we're getting ready to go green here at Kansas. Brett Bieber going to lead us down to the green flag, and green flag is out. Well, lap 1 in the books, and Tracy Passons is your leader. Gained 2 spots on that restart, and he is up top right now running for the lead. But Jonathan Cofield there looking down on the inside. These guys are wide open and rolling. Lucas Lyon there in that 3rd place. You got Brett Bieber, who started on pole, has already dropped down to the 6th position. See him up there in that 808, really trying to work the top side. But I think right now, with guys are wide open, that bottom side is where you want to be, at least early on. So we're going to see guys trying all kinds of different things. I've been told they can run about 35 laps on fuel, and after about 15 laps, you can really start to lift and start to feel the tire wear. So something to be paying attention to. If you run the top and you run it early, could you be burning your tires up? Got a battle for 2nd place, though. Lucas Lyons down to the inside of the 58 of Jonathan Cofield, and Lucas going to continue that trend of running up front as he is being aggressive early. And we talked about that early on in the race. Really important track position. And he ain't wasting any time. Goes right down to the bottom. Gets a little bit of that apron, though. He's going to push up the track. Not going to be able to complete the pass. I think he had the momentum he needed, but not able to complete it after touching the apron. As we go on board with Jonathan Cofield, as he gives a push to Tracy Passons down into turn 3, pushes Tracy kind of up the track and tries to go down to the bottom. But you see the run that Tracy Passons is going to get on the outside. 3 wide for the lead. They ain't wasting no time. Let's go. Down into turn 1. Lucas has the run. He's going to slide up in front of Tracy Passons, and that's going to block that 53 truck. The 53 truck ain't going to wait. He's going to go down to the inside. Almost makes contact with the 58 of Cofield. Cofield has to lift. He's going to lose a position. So tonight, you can see those paint schemes. We've got college football about to start. Praise God, come on. And so you're going to see a lot of different paint schemes out there. There you see the top 2 on the top line there. Oregon Duck schemes. You got an Auburn there in that 58 down on the bottom. So you be on the lookout for those college football schemes. It's just normal college. As you got the Oregon Duck scheme now going for the lead yet again. Tracy Passons had that thing wound up, and I think he slid right in front of him. We're just going to be slide job city up at the front, because now here comes Tracy Passons back on the inside. These guys are fighting hard early. All that's going to do is bring in everybody else to the battle up here. Is Tracy and Lucas going at it. Tracy's going to try another slide job, and actually gives him a little bit room. Kind of late on getting in front of Lucas. Very, very close. As the 25 trying to make that work. Let's go on board with Daniel Cunningham as he watches this battle. You can see the run that you get off the top side. He's going to get to the back bumper of Lucas. And, man, look at him door banging, coming to the line. And Daniel Cunningham actually goes down to the inside of his teammate and going to look to try to take over that 3rd position. So at the moment, I really can't tell what is the best line, the top or the bottom. They both seem to work really well. I guess it just depends on how it affects your tire wear. As Lucas, does he get in the wall a little bit? I think he does, as he loses a ton of time. And there's Josh Lokovitz there he is trying to gain some spots that he has lost. And then Garrett Kinder, the Kinder Farm and Ranch Wreckage Rewind. You got the Kinder Farm and Ranch 13 Ford F-150, and he is already up 3 spots from where he started. So it is just a mess up here, but 9 laps, and we are still green. That's a beautiful sight and a testament to these drivers. Shane Wood, a new driver here tonight. He is in that 20, that red truck you see there in the middle of your screen. A new driver. Got that Snap-on truck. I don't know what college that is, but he's up here fighting. Started 6th, he's up to 5th, and man, we got another battle for the lead as now Tracy passes. We're almost 3 wide. Cunningham on the outside, and Cofield gonna pull a little slide job on Cunningham, but Tracy Passons, boy, he is being a menace up here. He ain't letting these guys breathe, not one bit. But he is really driving that 53 truck. Now, as we cross over into lap 10, we're going to start to see tire wear becoming a thing. So what we're going to see happen, unfortunately, this racing is going to start to spread out a little bit. Passing is going to be even more difficult, as that bottom line is going to lose its advantage as the tires start to heat up on the right side, and you're going to need to use the whole track on exits to make those passes. So what we're going to start to see is Tracy Passons there making it work. Oh, they got real close as the 58 came down on the door, tried to block that off. We're going to see Tracy Passons struggle more and more trying to make this pass here on the inside as the run goes on. But we are still side by side for second place. Cofield's going to take control of the lead at the moment. That clean air is going to be extremely important. That's why these guys are racing so hard. Tracy Passons has tried his hardest to get up there and control this race, but just hasn't been able to do it. And you see the top side really starting to pick up the momentum, and Tracy kind of falling back a little bit. But the opposite of falling back is moving forward, and right now the biggest mover of the race so far is last week's winner, Aaron Adcock, who is up 12 spots from where he started. He knows how to get around this track, and he knows what he needs to do, and he is definitely getting it done here in that 17 True Green. You need your grass taken care of. Well, you get you some True Green in that 17 looking sharp. Going to do a little slide job here. I believe that's on Kenneth Peck. But there's no doubt he is a grass expert after last week. Him and Lucas Lyon going side by side, door banging in the grass. What can you ask for? You pay for a subscription fee. You buy the cars and the tracks. You get in here and you race your guts out. 4 wide on the last lap, door banging into the grass, side by side finish for the win. Yeah, you can't beat it. I mean, just unbelievable. And that's what you get here in the Hardline Rebels Truck Series. Aaron's starting to stall out just a little bit as he gets into the top 15 and these tires start to wear out. But I believe that we will see him continue that march forward as this race moves on. Up front, though, it is still Jonathan Cofield. Daniel Cunningham has now gotten to the back bumper of that 58 machine. Cofield's starting to maybe try to work that bottom line. As long as Cunningham doesn't get beside him, that bottom line will be fine, and it saves a little bit of the tire. But if Cunningham ever gets to his outside, he will be in big trouble. We got battling going all over the track. I can literally click anywhere. Look, I'm going to close my eyes, and I'm going to click somewhere. I guarantee you this is going to be battle. Here we go. I'm going to close my eyes. And click. Boom. Look at that. Battle. Immediately. And we're looking at Mickey Isaac. Well, hey, I got a camera for Mickey Isaac, so let's check out, see what Mickey Isaac do. Look at him. He's so focused that he's unfocused. I can't see him at all. He looks like a fuzzball. But he is currently working that top side. You see he's got a lot of mess right in front of him. I think his heart's probably beating. If we had one of those heartbeat sensors, it would probably be going 100 miles an hour. So he's got a big mess of trucks in front of him. They were banging sideways, all kinds of stuff. James Nelson gets into the wall. Here comes the 54 of Curtis Sovereign, going to get into the wall as well. So a couple drivers flirting with that outside line. Already making a little bit of contact. That's the danger of it, is getting up there, getting connected to it, and you can't get off. Up front, though, Daniel Cunningham has been able to take the lead away from Jonathan Cofield. And now Josh Lokovitz starting to work on the back bumper of that 58 machine. Josh Lokovitz has really been working the top side really, really well. You know, normally you start to see these guys fall off just a little bit, but he is doing a great job of timing his passes and getting by these guys. He lost a few spots early on, but look at him up here battling for the lead. Kansas, so much fun. Progressive banking. The banking progressively gets more bankier. Scientific term for sure. And so if you can get up there in the top line and you see him got that right rear into that upper lane where it kind of helps that truck turn, you can keep the momentum up, keep the gas pushed down a little bit further, and really get a nice run down these straightaways. And the draft the truck allows for just is so much fun. That's what I love about it the most is, yeah, it's difficult to pass. You see he's really struggling there, but it's just fun. It's fun to get up there and run that top line. Yes, he's going to go to the outside again of Cofield. Looks like Cofield may have man, I think Garrett Kinder, if he wasn't in the wall, he was as close as you could get. You couldn't put a sheet of paper between him and the wall. I thought for sure he got into it, but he's trying to run these guys down as Garrett Kinder's up 6 spots from where he started. And got some people, look, they were dropping through the field. May have just been a connection thing. But, man, we got battles all over the track. Checking in on Jake Cunningham, Jeremiah Holt that we talked to early on. You see that Alabama Roll Tide paint scheme. Good looking scheme, I'm not going to lie. You know, I usually wouldn't talk good about Alabama, but I like that paint scheme. So, Jeremiah, new driver. Started 26, already dropped back a few spots, but, you know, he talked about that, just trying to be patient. So he's doing a good job. Check in on a couple other drivers. Got Chuck Feltz fighting here on trying to hold on to this top 15. He's got Alex Veith right next to him. Like Mike Petosa is slow. Mike Petosa coming down pit road, so definitely an unscheduled pit stop for him. But decided to come down pit road. May have made some contact. Need to come down and get some damage repaired. Not real sure. But as we check right here, Josh Lokovitz is falling back. Garrett Kinder able to take over the 3rd spot. Garrett Kinder, look how close he is to the wall. My goodness. And what can you see with that camera? Nothing. Can't see a dang thing. Let's go on board with him and see as he is really, really working that wall. I don't think I've seen anybody get as close as he has the last couple laps, and it seems to be working pretty good. He's trying to run these guys down. They have really pulled away. Right back in the throttle. You can hear, look at how close he is. Way higher above everybody else. Now, you know, in the past iRacing, that has not mattered, but about a year or so ago, they added in they modeled that cushion of air that gets right there. So as you get close to the wall, that air pressure builds up between the vehicle and the wall and actually forms a barrier that allows you to just kind of stay in the gas, helps push that car off the wall. And so that is modeled a little bit. Good Lord, look how close he is to that thing. My goodness, well, he's got a little bit to go. He's not running near as fast as the leader, so he's going to need a lot of help to get back up there. Pit stop's going to be starting pretty soon as we are getting into around lap. It's about 30 to 35 is what I've been told is the fuel run. So, guys, tires will not be the priority. It'll be fuel tonight. Now up front, it is still nose to tail. Daniel Cunningham, Jonathan Cofield. Cofield has been kind of trying some different things, running low, running high. He's right to the back bumper now of Cunningham. So we'll see if he's able to make a pass or if he's just going to have to ride. You know, they're pulling away. They've kind of gotten a nice gap as tires start to wear out. So it may be beneficial for them to run nose to tail, but he's looking to the inside here. Maybe feels like he has. Oh, and he's going to complete the pass. What an incredible move by Cofield. So Cofield looking strong here as the tires start to wear out. We'll check in on our biggest mover, Aaron Adcock. There in that 17, he is about to crack the top. Oh, I don't know what I said, crock pot. Crack the top 10 as he is in the 11th, right behind his teammate, Tracy Passons, who has done nothing after fighting so hard early, has really fallen off here at the end of this run. So Tracy definitely being aggressive early, and that's sort of hurting him right now as he is continually falling backwards. But Aaron, last week's winner, looking to continue that. Maybe get 2 wins in a row. That'd be a great way to start the season. And it didn't come without a little bit of drama. You know, that's what's going to happen in big-time sim racing like we got here at Rebels Trucks. Got a little bit loose in turn 4, came down, and knew that his only opportunity to win was to door bang Lucas Lyons, and he came down, and they ended up in the grass. And Aaron said after the race, I'd wreck my own mama for the win. And, you know, everybody's different, man. Some people, that kind of pumps them up. They like that, and some people don't. That's what makes this world exciting, is everybody's different. They got their own wants and likes and needs and what they think's funny and what ain't. Some people didn't think that was funny, but he's a winner nonetheless. Now, something to think about here, this series, this season, some changes. It's not a win and end type thing anymore. You know, in regular NASCAR and in a lot of different series, you have a win and end. You get a win, you go right to the playoffs. You don't really have to think too much about the rest of the season because you're locked into the playoffs. Well, here, not the case. Now, in leagues, it's always tough to have, you know, you have participation drop-off, so guys win races and they take off and don't show up until about the playoffs. And so Matt Clement making a great, I think, a great choice to not have a win in your end. No, you got to fight for the points all the way through the end, and you'll be there in the playoffs. But you're going to have to fight. You can't take any days off. Looking here at Andy Kurtz, somebody that is on the move. He's up 6 spots. He's right here watching this battle between Lucas Lyons and Josh Lokovitz. Lokovitz was on the move. He had kind of saved early and got up to 3rd place and then just kind of dropped off a little bit. So I don't know if he got that right front, those right sides a little bit too hot, but now he's under fire from Lucas Lyon, who is kind of stayed steady. Started 5th. He is still running that way. We saw him up there battling for the lead early, but you see just how difficult it is. He's going to try to get that 79 truck loose and go down to the inside, and Andy Kurt's going to try to push him and get by. They definitely feel like they're faster than the 79 truck here. We'll see if Lucas is going to be able to do a slide job. Not quite able to do it. Now Andy Kurtz might find himself in a position where he's going to get to the outside of the 25. Up front, though, watching this battle as Jonathan Cofield is now pulled away. And, Garrett Kinder coming down pit road. Pit stops starting here. Garrett Kinder feeling like he had kind of gotten as much as he needed. So 4 tires and fuel is going to be the call for everybody. 2 tires just not going to work on a fast track. You need those left sides to be able to run wide open in the middle of the corner. And you see a ton of people. That's Garrett Kinder. Looks like Larry Dale, Kenneth Pack, James Nelson, Curtis Sauberin, and Philip Monzo all coming down pit road. So I expect to see, here he comes, Jonathan Cofield coming down pit road along with Daniel Cunningham and everybody else. It looks like Daytona and Talladega out there as they all come down pit road. So Jonathan Cofield going to give up the lead, and you got guys coming in as folks are leaving. You see the 26th there of Tommy Osborne coming out while the 58's coming in. So going to have to be careful with that and not get in trouble as guys are coming in and going out. But Up front, Travis Bieber, Andy Kurtz staying out. Got Michael Kostick right behind him. I would imagine you're going to see those guys come down pit road pretty soon. Here they come right now. Michael Kostick going to stay out a little bit longer. Boy, Andy Kurtz really having to make a move there and actually passes his teammate coming on the pit road. So pretty impressive stuff. A really nice entry there. Last week's winner, Aaron Adcock, pulling into his stall for 4 tires and fuel. So pit road wide open. We have been green so far here, 37 laps out of 100. Green flag racing. So just impressive stuff these guys are putting on. Now Michael Kostick coming down pit road. And we're going to see who comes out with the lead. A couple guys hoping for a caution, staying out a little bit longer, hoping to see a caution flag. But, boy, if you are out on the track on those older tires, you are really, really losing a ton of time to folks like Jonathan Cofield. Now, Garrett Kinder come down a little bit early, and he has about a second difference off of Cofield. Garrett Kinder did a great job on and off pit road, actually made up a lot of time and pitted a lap or so earlier. But you can just see the lead that Cofield had. He is 1.1 seconds ahead of Garrett Kinder as he goes by a lap car. Cofield now retakes the lead as Michael Kostick, Alan Nash, Brandon Wallace bring it down pit road. So first of 2 stops if we go green all the way. And Jonathan Cofield comes out with a pretty big lead. So right now Cofield looks like the truck to beat. Now Garrett Kinder trying to navigate around this lap traffic. That's kind of opened the door for Cunningham. Got a lap fresher tires, but what do you do here? It's so tough. You want to get by Garrett Kinder because at some point it's going to be difficult to make that pass, but you don't know how hard he's going to fight. And you don't want to get down here and be battling hard and allow that 58 just to continue to pull away. So it's always a tough deal. It's so weird working with your competitors. In what sport do you work with your competitors to try to improve your position? And that's just an interesting part of racing, specifically NASCAR. Working with somebody to try to help your race, working with somebody you're fighting against. But you can definitely see that's what's happening. Cunningham just riding right on the back bumper, open to maybe run Jonathan Cofield down, but that clean air being just so important. Cofield running 31.119. Garrett Kinder and Daniel Cunningham drafting, running almost identical lap times, but 31.193. So these guys are going to need a lot more than what they're getting to run them down. So far, so good. Let's go check on some people battling through the field. Aaron Adcock battling here with Shane Wood and Brett Bieber. That 808. Aaron Adcock gonna, tried to get around Shane Wood, then also get Brett Bieber all at the same time, and Brett kind of closed the door there. Sort of a crazy move, but that's what you got to do if you're gonna pass some people at this track. You got to take any opportunity that you get. If they lift a little bit too much, boy, you got to take advantage of it. We're going to go 3 wide here. And you see that lap truck of, I can't see who that is. Who is that? 72 of Mike Bertosa is who that was. Sorry. I saw the 7, or the 2. I couldn't see the 7. Mike Bertosa. He is on 20 lap. We saw him come down a little bit early, almost make contact there. Holy moly. That's the 8 of Michael Kostick in that Oregon Duck scheme. Almost make contact. It scared the bejesus out of Michael Kostick, that's for sure. Somebody in the top 5 we need to talk about. Larry Dale, got 2 first names, but he is up in the 5th position. Started in 14th. Came down pretty early, so he is on a little bit older tires than the guys around him, but he was in the top 5. Andy Kurt's going to go around him, and now he's going to have to hold off Josh Lokovitz. But Larry Dale been sort of a mainstay up in the the upper half of the top 10 here early in this race. Did a little pit strategy to try to gain some track position, but, you know, getting passed by Andy Kurtz, that happens a lot to most folks. Well, we got racing going all through the field. Let's do a through the field, if you don't mind. Jonathan Cofield in the lead. Started in the 4th position. Has made his way up to first, been up front all race long, and able to get on and off pit road with the lead, and continues to hold that with a 2.3 second lead, just continuing to pull away. We got a battle for second, as actually a 3-way battle for second, so we might ought to watch this as Garrett Kinder losing a couple spots here, or at least looks like he is. He's under fire from Daniel Cunningham down to the inside, trying to make that inside work to 13, trying to fight hard. And Cofield going to enjoy to see that in his mirror as that relative just continues to click up, up, up as these guys battle hard for second. But at this point, it looks like Cunningham is going to run away with this thing. He's just been lights out fast here, but we'll watch this battle, see how it plays out, and we'll continue through the field. Still side by side, Cunningham and Kinder, but it looks like Cunningham might be able to clear him here, see if he can get that slide job and get in front of that 13. He does have him clear. No, not quite. 13 gets to run off the corner. Got to get there to that right rear quarter. Here comes Lucas Lyon looking to the outside. 13 going to slam the door as they go down into turn 1. Lucas is looking for a place to go. Definitely feels like he's fast, but Cunningham going to be able to take over that position from Kinder, move him up into the 2nd position. And now Lucas Lyon looking to the inside, trying to complete the passes. The 13 definitely starting to fall back a little bit. Fighting back on that outside, but that bottom has looked pretty good here early. And Lucas able to clear him before turn 1. Andy Kurtz running in that 5th position. He's up 7 spots. A lot of these guys in the top half of the top 10, they have improved their position quite a bit. But Andy Kurtz, a championship favorite in my eyes, started 12th, is running 5th. And he is having a pretty dang good race. Going to need a caution to get caught back up. But he is running faster lap times than the leader currently. So get a caution as we cross over halfway. Larry Dale running in that 6th position with Travis Bieber right behind him. Josh Lokovitz, we talked a lot about him tonight. Just starting to settle in here in 8th place. Right behind him is Tracy Passon's 2 teammates working together. Aaron Adcock, last week's winner. Tracy Passon's a championship 4 favorite, I'm sure. Well, championship 5, actually. It's an interesting thing about, we'll pull this up real quick. You see there, Charlotte going to be your final race. And look at that, 5 drivers are going to be fighting for the championship. So, final 5 here in the Hardline Transport Solutions Truck Series Bowl. We're going to go 3 wide. Larry Dale on the outside. Tracy passes. Oh, they almost make contact. Is Aaron Adcock going to go down to the inside? And Larry Dale going to complete that pass. Now Aaron's going to go down to the inside. He's really going to push up in the middle. Not sure if he's going to be able to complete the pass on Tracy just yet. But he does have an inside track, and he doesn't get a good run. He's going to have to back off and get behind his teammate. But this is a nice little battle, about a 4 or 5 car battle here. And you see Brett Bieber and Michael Kostick. Everybody's driving different paint schemes. I can't tell who's who. Seeing Michael Kostick in a white truck is actually pretty disorienting. But you see all these guys at the top. You see Tracy Passons down at the bottom. Boy, these guys are racing just over halfway. We still got half a race left to go. And these guys are fighting hard. Tracy Passons, Larry Dale, the door bang. Larry Dale didn't appreciate that. He come down and gave him a little extra shot. It looked like it might have helped Tracy Passons a little bit as he was able to get by him there. So that contact didn't really help. But, man, Aaron Adcock sort of in a box here is Andy Kurtz. Now going to the – oh, sorry. That is not Andy Kurtz. That is Michael Kostick, who, again, I confuse because of what kind of truck he's running. It's a great battle. I just can't turn away. 3 wide, 2 wide, back and forth, up, down, left, right. A, B, start, select. Little Konami codes up in here. These guys are racing so hard. Now we look, is Aaron Adcock going to be able to finish the pass on Larry Dale, who's been fighting really hard, but man, we got almost 3 wide here. Is Tracy Patson going to go down? Oh, my goodness, and they make contact. It's Michael Kossick comes right up in front of the 53. I thought they were going to spin there, as I thought Kossick or Tracy kind of got to the rear bumper, but they all settle it out as now Michael Kossick has moved up into that 7th position, and Aaron Adcock finds himself right in the same position he was before all that started, which is right behind that 53 trying to get around him. And again, Josh Lokovitz has had a really good start to the race, but you can see as the tires start to wear, he starts to fade. He kind of gets a little bit of strength about 10, 15 laps in, but after about 20 or so, he starts to fade a little bit. So I can't turn away. These guys are just battling so hard. Like I said, I could click pretty much anywhere in this list here, and there's going to be some battles. But we're going to move on because I want to make sure everybody gets talked about. Move back behind this battle. You got Kenneth Pack. He started in 13th. He's running in 13th, so he is holding steady in that 16 Chevy Silverado. Just running that high side, trying to run down and get himself in the top 10. Right behind them, Charles Stevens Jr. in that VSRN machine. Good-looking paint scheme. We saw him battling hard early in the race. About the only driver I've seen get this thing loose. He's currently running in the 14th position. Oh, and caution is out. Caution is out. Who is that up against the wall? Tracy Passons. Against the wall. He's turned backwards. What happened to Tracy? And caution comes out for the first time here tonight. We're going to go check it here on the Kinder Farm Ranch Wreckage Rewind, and we're going to watch on board with Tracy Patsons, and we'll see what happened. Can't believe it. Got the 17, going to give a little bump there on the left rear quarter, and then net code. Oh, my goodness, you just hate to see that. A little bump there from his teammate, the 17, and unfortunately, that's net code right there. He could have gotten a little bit closer. Man, you hate to see that. Guys racing hard. We'll go back in. Oh. What is that? We got ghost stuff pulling up. My bad. Well, anyway, we'll try to go back and watch this one more time. You see Tracy Patson really trying to make that happen and just not quite able to do it. His teammate going to come up behind him, and Tracy kind of moves up just a little bit and makes a little bit of contact, and he's going to go around. Tracy with a lot of damage, but he does have a faster pair, but that's going to lose some really valuable track position as everybody coming down pit road. You won't see anybody staying out here. Now, interesting, this is going to change up some things, and I hate to tell you, I hate to kind of give it away, but man, you see the racing off of pit road. They can run about 35 laps, so you do the math and you tell me if they can make it on fuel. Now, if you're running full throttle, the first 10, 15 laps, you may not be able to make it on fuel. But what if you saved a little bit? Is it worth it? Is it worth giving up that much track position and hope that there's not a caution? Try to stretch it a little bit. You save under this caution. You're going to get a few laps under caution. If you're not saving, you're screwing up, I think. I think if you can make it a little bit, that's what you need to try to do. I think they could probably stretch it to 40. We'll see if anybody's saving gas. Go on board with Daniel Cunningham. And you see him cutting off the engine right there. See the RPM gauge there, the tachometer down in the middle of your screen, a little bit to the left. Biggest one there, and you see running about 3,500, and immediately all the way down to 0. He's clutching that truck. So I don't think anybody's going to be surprised by that. We'll see if anybody else, Brett Bieber, if he's not doing it. So I don't know if everybody knows. Travis Bieber, he's saving fuel. And you see your leader, Jonathan Cofield. That RPM, that tachometer is all the way down. So some guys know to save, some don't. Now, if the caution comes out, that may not matter at all. But if we go green to the end, that could be a factor. So we'll see. Lights are still on the pace car. We're going to bring Chuck Phelps up in here and talk to him real quick. Chuck Phelps, this is Eddie in the booth. You got a copy? Chuck Phelps, this is Eddie in the booth. You got a copy?
Yes, sir. How are you?
Well, doing good. You're running 18th position. First caution of the night. And now you get to get caught back up. What'd you learn in the first little stint there, that green flag run that you had, and what can you do to try to get forward and get back into the top 10?
I think I need to be more aggressive. I kind of was in tire saving mode, a little bit of fuel saving mode at the drop of the green, and comparing tire wear on that first pit stop, what some of the leaders in front of me were running. I think I needed to push the truck a little bit harder. I think I was being too conservative. So that's what I'm going to try and do, brother.
Well, you got sort of a shootout here, but fuel going to be a concern. How concerned are you with the fuel here towards the end of the race?
Let's just say I've been cutting my motor off as we've been pacing here. I don't know. I wouldn't mind a caution for insurance purposes, but I'm not going to tell you what I have in my tank, but yeah, it's close.
There you have it. All right, Chuck. Well, good luck to you, brother.
Thank you, my friend.
There you go, Chuck Phelps, ready to go. Had to kind of squeeze one out of him there. As yeah, you know, I hate to ask these guys because I know they don't want to give up the goods, but wanted to see what he thought about his fuel. You see some guys getting their lap back there. It's like Alex Veith and Mike Bertosa flying around the pace car. They're doing tandem drafting around this track. They got to get back around to to get caught back up, but we're doubled up. I can't see. It looks like the lights are off on the pace car, but some confusion here about where guys should be lined up. And we're coming down the backstretch, getting ready to go green, but the field is all broke apart, so I'm not real sure what's going on. I don't know if guys are not where they're supposed to be or whatever, but looks like they're starting to get bunched up now, and Alex Veith, James Nelson, and Bertosa are going to be able to get caught up to the field. But all right, well, got kind of a reset here. If you have anything that you've learned early on, it's now time to apply it. And I think Cofield did not want to see that caution at all. But pace truck going to pull off, and we're going to go back green here with just a few laps to go, about 36 when we go green. Who's got anything for this 58 truck? He is strong. Green flag is out. Will we see some more 4-wide racing? Not sure if we'll see 4-wide, but I think 3-wide is definitely possible. We got some people in chat saying, yeah, they get all bunched up. Cautions are coming, so we'll see. And if we do have a bunch of cautions, we can thank Kevin Kinder for that spectator curse. Cofield gets a nice restart. You can see he's already out to a point, almost a half a second lead, and it's just a cluster, you know what, back here for most of the top 10. 3 wide racing. You got the 114 Travis Beaver all the way up the track. Daniel Cunningham, who was running in second at some point, is now back here in the mess, and he's trying to get that 8 truck back up there as Kostick is now, they're running nose to tail. Andy Kurtz has moved himself into the second position in that 5 truck. But Jonathan Cofield just moving on now right in front of him. That's a Mickey Isaac going a lap down. So not really sure why Mickey Isaac is so far low. Caution is out. Caution is out. Big wreck here off of 2. Trucks going everywhere. Spencer Gay going around. All kinds of folks slow here. We'll see if we can't go back and find out what happened. But thank you, Kevin Kinder, for that. We'll go on board with Spencer Gay and kind of give an idea of what's going on the Kinder Farm and Ranch Records Rewind. It looks like it happened in front. Oh, that was Daniel Cunningham. Daniel Cunningham makes contact. You see all kinds of Tracy Passon's going to get a, that might have been Alan Nash. Well, let's go back and see that one more time, and we'll actually go on board with the 08 here. As they were nose to tail, that's Michael Kostick right in front of him, the 79 right behind him. So far, so good. He has to check up a little bit for Kostick as Kostick was trying to get down to the bottom. And when that happened, oh, man, they just come piling in, just not able to get slowed up enough. And you see drivers all over the place. Go on board with, you can find him, 17. Able to make his way through this wreck. Let's see if he can, let's see if we can watch it. See it's happening right in front of him. He's going to get whoa up, and boy, the track is all but blocked. Going to dive down to the inside. Missed that Bucky's 21 of Gary Wright and was able to miss the wreck. So Cofield stays out on the track, but we got some guys who come down pit road. Andy Kurtz, Garrett Kinder come down and take fuel only. So, interesting call. I don't like that call. Now, I'm up in the booth, so what I like and what actually is the right call doesn't matter what I like. But they felt like they couldn't make it on fuel, so this is sort of their insurance stop. Now, how many tire sets they have? They have 4 sets of tires, so they're on their... Oh, they're on their 3rd set now, so that I guess they just want to save that set, which is probably a smart move, especially since cautions could continue on. But I felt like they could have made it on fuel, but insurance is never. I don't know. I'll have to see how this plays out. But Andy Kurtz comes down, Garrett Kinder, Brandon Wallace, James Nelson, Charles Stevens, pretty much everybody towards the back. Comes down pit road and gets fuel only. Now we might see some new tires, some guys taking their last set of tires. Stephon Davis, I believe, in that 60 Miller Genuine Draft 60 machine. Looks like they took 4 tires. Tommy Osborne in that 26 truck, he took 4 tires. Curtis Sauber in that 54 McDonald's machine took 4 tires. I think Kenneth Pack and Spencer Gay may as well. So we're going to have some different strategies here. So going to be interesting to see how that plays out. Going to have some guys really moving through the field. And if it goes green all the way to the end, those who came down and took 4 tires going to be in good shape. So very interested to see how that plays out. Surprise, one of these guys outside the top 10 didn't try to do that. If it goes green, you might be looking like a winner. So we'll see if Stephon Davis can get up through the field with those 4 tires. Only 10 laps on the tires of the leaders, so we'll see. Getting the one to go here. But tonight, it's really been all Jonathan Cofield, who has been running up front all race long, been able to pull away from the pack, had a really nice lead. That caution kind of erased it. Now he's going to be under constant fire. But, we've already lost the front runner. Daniel Cunningham had to come down and get his fast repair there, along with Charles Stevens, Alan Nash, Curtis Sauberin, Kenneth Pack. A lot of guys using their fast repair here early. Shane Wood up in the 6th position. He has also used his fast repair. So I haven't seen him get into it with anybody, so I'm surprised to see him use that. May have been a mistake. A little wall brush, come down, forget to uncheck it. But 30 laps to go. We are just scooting right on through this race. I love it. But these 30 laps could take a long time if he gets really, really aggressive. But Cofield's going to have the control of the restart as he brings him down into the Geico restart zone. And he's definitely going to get a great jump and try to pull away to a big lead like he had before. He's able to break the draft early in that run and was starting to pull away. I don't know if Caustic Bieber are going to let him do that, but they're side by side going into turn number 1. And you see Cofield already out to a pretty nice lead as they're still side by side. Back here, though, boy, that is a bunch of trucks back here going left and right. You see the 13 and the 53 trying to work their way through these guys. And you see there that 60 truck. Pay attention to that 60. They've got fresh tires. We'll see if they were able to do anything with it. We watched the 27 and the 88. Got the lead battle here on the bottom of your screen. We got some racing going everywhere. Oh, they got contact. Oh, no. The last week's winner makes contact. All kinds of drivers. They're still wrecking. Josh Lokovitz. Mike Veith. Mike Veith come down the track and hits somebody else. And we're under caution again, as that was a massive wreck. And Stephon Davis in that 60 truck that we were just talking about had those tires now all the way back in the 25th position. Got to go back and see here on the Kinder Farm and Ranch Wreckage Rewind exactly what happened in front of him. Try to get you that replay, see what happened. Like it started around the 10th position. And it looked like it started with Chuck Feltz. Take a look at it here. Kinder Farm and Ranch Wreckage Rewind. Just battling here. Got Andy Kurtz going up through the middle. Shane Wood on the outside. 3 wide situation. Yeah, just it closed up really quick. And when it closed up, unfortunately, man, just guys driving into the wreck just all over the place, and good grief. See Tracy Passon's there involved. I mean, just a ton of drivers involved in that accident. Kyle Roberts. Oh, a big, big wreck there. Well, all righty. Well, these cautions continuing to breed cautions. Guys sitting on pit road that I think we're contenders here. You see Andy Kurtz sitting on pit road. He's got a fast repair, so I think he had to tow. Also, Kenneth Pack trying to get some damage fixed. He spent about 41 seconds on pit road. Aaron Adcock comes down and gets, it's like 4 tires and fuel. I don't think he had that much damage. He still has his fast repair, and the truck looks pretty good, so may have took the hammer to it and got himself 4 tires. But your leader's staying out. Jonathan Cofield. Of course, your top 10 right now: Jonathan Cofield, Travis Bieber, Michael Kostick, Brett Bieber, Larry Dale, Daniel Cunningham after that wreck is back up into the 6th position. Alan Nash, Charles Stevens Jr., Garrett Kinder, and Alex Veith. Alex Veith having a good run there, running in 10th right now. Let's talk to the old Pied Piper. I don't know why I called him that. Nobody calls him that. Alex Veith, this is Eddie. In the booth, you got a copy?
Yeah, 10-4, buddy.
Well, man, you got the VR on, and you got the top 10 right now.
Man,
running up in 10th.
Talk a little, baby.
Yeah, talk a little bit about your race, man. How have you been able to get up into that top 10, and what do you need to do to stay up there?
It's been an up and down road. On that green flag pit stop, I allegedly had an unsafe pit exit or entrance, but I never hit the cone. So I went a lap down, took the wave around, got back on the lead lap, and got that caution right after. And I was able to go down, get my tires, get my fuel, be in a good position here for the final push. But tire management here with be going green like 23, 22 to go. So tire management and a little more luck, and I should stay up here in the top 10 and maybe pull off top 5, do something wild. I don't know.
Well, I mean, what do you need to do? You say tire management, but you only have just a few laps to go. How much do you decide? How much are you saving and how much are you pushing? Because you got to hang on to that track position.
I'm gonna try and manage. Go ahead.
No, I was going to go ahead.
Tire man. I'm gonna manage the gap with the guys in front of me and try not to fall down. Try not to fall into the quicksand.
All right. Well, 10-4. Well, all right. Well, I'm gonna let you go. Good luck there, Alex. Well, seeming confident, and I'm just asking bad questions. I don't know what that was for me, but that was horrible. I don't know what I asked him, and but he definitely looks like he's ready to go inside the top 10. That's where you want to be. You got to put yourself in the positions, but time is running out. Now, Cofield not loving the cautions, but he's been getting good restarts, so as long as that continues, he'll be okay. But Pace Truck going to pull off the track into the Geico restart zone. We go again. Cofield going to get another great jump, and every time he does that, he brings that second car in line on the bottom right behind him, and they sit there and battle side by side. Let's see if Costa can complete the pass on Beaver, and he does. So that's about the best thing that could happen for the rest of the field back here if they can somehow continue and keep that 58 in check. But Travis Beaver not going to let that happen. He's going to go right down to the bottom, and Cofield smiles from ear to ear as the Travis Beaver blinks out. Uh-oh. And he is still gone. Let's see if he comes back. That could be dangerous. Pops back in and inside of another truck. Oh, man, and that's just so frustrating. Travis Beaver is gone. He's still in the server. He hasn't disappeared just yet, but now the battle is between him and his brother, Brett Beaver. Or Michael Kostick and his brother, Brett Beaver. Another driver that lost connection early was Lucas Lyons. So he is one lap down, back in 26th position. Somebody running up front. Oh, Lord. And you see there he is in the 24th spot, one lap down. Going to need a caution to get back on the lead lap. He is in the lucky dog spot, but somebody early having connection issues. Daniel Cunningham, after sitting the wrong way on the track, involved in a wreck a couple cautions ago, is now back in the 3rd position, and Michael Kostick going to start to put a little pressure here on his teammate. Now, nobody up here has a fresh set of tires. I don't see anybody anywhere close. Maybe Tracy Passon's back in 13th spot with the maybe fresh tires. Hard to say. But he is the only person that I see that has a pit stop time that is similar to that. But a battle for the lead, though. Kostick, Cofield, both teammates in Bandits. So I wonder how much they're going to battle and how much they're going to just ride here towards the end. My goodness, look at this back here. Got a big old mess. You see guys trying to make moves here. Tracy Passons with the potential fresh tire, just see if he can do anything with it. Shane Wood, Curtis Sauber may have had an incident there. Looks like that may be Shane Wood there on the apron. He is 2 laps down now and back in 28th position. On board with Tracy Passons trying to make some moves. Doesn't look like he has fresh tires. Either that or fresh tires, not a huge difference. So hard to say what everybody still has, not making up a ton of time. Now, I will say, Jonathan Cofield's best lap in the race is a 30.970, and his last lap was a 31.185, and that's on 22 lap older tires. So new tires may not be a huge deal. We're side by side. This is for the 11th position. James Nelson in that 7 truck. Trying to hold off Tracy Passons, who's working that outside. James Nelson going to push up the track a little bit. Tracy trying to get the run off the top side, but that run's just not happening. So up front, though, battle for second. Cunningham looking to the inside of that. It's the 08 versus the 8. Side by side, just 15 laps to go when they cross the stripe. Cunningham takes over the second position. We got some guys coming back into the picture. Of course, if a caution comes out now, everybody's going to come down and get those last set of tires. So you want to be pushing as hard as possible. You don't want to wait around, and boy, Garrett Kinder is not. He is getting to the outside of Josh Lokovitz. Saw him very, very close as Aaron Adcock going 3 wide here with 15 laps to go. Let's go. Been waiting on some action like this for a while. And, man, they're still 3 wide. 13 going to try to keep the RPM. 17 going to try to close it off the corner, but not quite able to do it. But they're both able to get around Josh Lokovitz as they both trying to get back into the top 5 after some issues here late in the race. Man, Aaron Adcock drove that thing down in the corner. Going to be able to slide up in front of the 13 machine, but does the 13 have momentum to get back to the outside? 17 closes the door as they go down into turn 1. They set their sights on Brett Beaver. Lokovitz going to go around the outside, try to get a run here on the 13 machine. 13 going to close the door. What's 79 going to do? Is he going to go down to the inside or go to the outside? He's going to go back to the outside. 13 goes down to the bottom. Feels like his truck is working better there. But look at Larry Dale. He ain't waiting around these 3 teammates up here. Jonathan Cofield, Daniel Cunningham, Michael Kosick, all Bandits Motorsports, and man, Larry Dale trying to play spoiler up here and get up here and maybe pass these folks. He's working that top side. We've seen that work for a little while, but we've also seen it burn those tires up. Aaron Adcock now looking down to the inside of Brett Bieber, looking to get inside the top 5. Aaron looks like he's got fresher tires. I mean, he looks like he is just so much faster, but I don't think he has. I don't think he's gone down and taken those tires. Has he got a battle for the lead, possibly? Thought they looked like they were 3 wide, but they were just all over the place. As, man, Daniel Cunningham all over the back bumper of Michael Kosick. They trade positions. Can anybody get up there and challenge the 58? They've gotten right to his bumper, and they're working with him. It don't make any sense. I know they're teammates, but you've seen what the 58 can do with the fresh air and being out front. So why on earth would you work with him? I wouldn't. I'd get right on around him. Kosick trying to run back to the back bumper of that 58 machine. They don't want to let him get away. Larry Dale working that top side. Here comes Aaron Adcock, last week's winner, trying to get back up in here and make some noise. I mean, he could see the leader, and he is definitely running them down. He's a little bit faster. Garrett Kinder right behind him is fast as well. 10 laps to go. Does he have enough time to pass 4 drivers? I'm not sure if he does. Larry Dale gets a little bit tight there on entry and exit. That's going to allow Aaron Adcock to get a nice run here. Goes down to the inside. I think fuel not really a factor. That's one thing You know, and Aaron Adcock takes that spot without much issue at all. Now, how much fuel do these guys have? You see Aaron Adcock, Daniel Cunningham, I believe, all came down and topped off from fuel. What about Jonathan Cofield and Michael Kostick? Were they able to save enough under those cautions to make it to the end? Only 9 laps to go, coming around to 8. Are they going to be able to make it? We'll check the lap times at the line. 32.1s from first to fourth. So they're all running similar lap times. Larry Dale a little bit slower there in 5th place. He's got Garrett Kinder all over the back bumper. Larry Dale going to go down to the inside, block that run, but that's going to give the top side over to the 13. Almost like he just moved over and let him go, which might not be a bad move. Boy, I tell you what, the 13's really flirting with that wall, but up front, it is still Cofield, Kostick, Cunningham, alliteration. We love it. Can Kostick do anything with him? He is right there putting pressure on that 58. The first driver I've seen to be able to put that kind of pressure on the 58 all night long. But that 58 really committed to that top side. He's got 7 laps to go. Can he do it? Oh, and Aaron Adcock in the wall. Last week's winner trying to make some moves, get up into the top 3, and it's going to get into the wall, and that is going to end his bid to win 2 in a row unless we get another caution as he falls back into the 6th position. But 6 laps to go. Can Kostick do anything? They said at the beginning of the race it was very, very hard to pass. These guys have been on these tires for almost 34 laps. But can they make it on fuel? That's one thing. They said they can make it 35 laps. They are crossing the line on lap 35. And we got 5 laps to go. They've had a couple cautions. They've been saving fuel. Were they able to save enough? That's the question. First through 4th, pretty spread out evenly, about a half second between all of them. Go back to Aaron Adcock, who just got into the wall. Now he's going to have to go back around Larry Dale. Right behind them, Alex V, Tracy Passons, and Brett Bieber. And Brandon Wallace is a 4-way battle for that 7th position. They're side by side. Tracy Passons is going to take that spot, but Alex V's going to look down to the inside. Not quite able to do it. Brett Bieber's in the wall. Guys are really pushing it. 5 laps to go. If you got something, it's now. It's now or never. You're not going to have another shot at it. Alex V doing a great job here. Got inside that top 10, has really been working that 51 truck, able to get up to 8th place. He's following Tracy Passons. You can just see the arrow being a big problem, and no more of a problem than for your 2nd place driver as he is trying the best he can to run down the 58, but the 58 out front has just been so strong. Bandits Motorsports trying to get the podium all to themselves, but Garrett Kinder would love to change that as he is starting to run down the 08 with just 3 laps to go. I don't know if Michael Kostick has enough. He's going to get to that 3/10 bubble, and I just don't know if he's got enough to get around that 58 machine. But can the 13 get around the 08? The 13 and the 08 dealing with the same dirty air. They both got drivers right in front of them. For Kostick and Cofield. Cofield doesn't have that, so Cunningham, while he does have a little bit to Kostick, he's still having to deal with that dirty air, so we'll see if Garrett Kinder can go around him. But coming off of turn 4, coming to the white flag. White flag is out for Jonathan Cofield. 1 more lap to go. And he is going to be a winner here in the Hardline Transport Solutions Rebels Truck Series. Goes down into turn 1. Going to run that top side. Definitely the best defensive line that he could be running. Cossack just not able to get a run there down the back straightaway. Cofield going to run that top side one more time. And be careful not to get into the wall. Cossack going to try last second effort to get off the bottom, but that 58 truck is not going to be denied. 58 of Jonathan Cofield is going to win here at Kansas. Michael Cossack comes home in a second. Daniel Cunningham in third, going to round out your podium. Garrett Kinder in fourth, and Larry Dale in fifth place brings that 82 machine down into the top 5. A great finish for Alex Veith, who comes home in 8th. Your biggest mover of the race, your No Next Hard Charger Award winner, is Aaron Adcock. Actually, it's tied. Aaron Adcock and Stephon Davis. Stephon Davis comes back and finishes in 10th, but moved up 21 spots. So, but Aaron Adcock finishes in 6th, so I will have to give the award to him, but they can share it. That's fine. Aaron Adcock with the Hard Charger Award winner. Hard Luck Award, I got to give it to Travis Bieber and Lucas Lyons, who both had connection issues. So the Andy Kurtz Hard Luck Award is going to go to those 2 drivers, as they both had connection issues and that dropped them out of the race. Well, all right, let's start the Flexible Freight Solutions post-race show. Let's get ready to talk to some drivers, but first we're going to go through the results here and see where everybody finished. 3 cautions here for 100 laps. Jonathan Cofield takes home the win. Michael Cossack in second. Daniel Cunningham rounds out the podium, a all Bandits podium here tonight. Garrett Kinder, after getting into the wall, is going to come home, or no, he didn't get in the wall, but it comes home in 4th. Larry Dale comes home in 5th. Aaron Adcock, after getting in the wall, comes home in 6th. Tracy Passons recovers for a 7th place finish, a great 8th place for Alex Veith. Brandon Wallace with a great top 10 in that 99 machine, and Stephon Davis rounds out your top 10. 11th, Brett Beaver. Alan Nash, quiet night for that 27 truck. Started near the back. I think that's probably I think that's going to be tough to recover when you start that far back. But Alan Nash probably disappointed in that 12th place finish. Josh Slokovitz in the battle all night long. Had some contact there, but still came home in 13th. James Nelson comes home in 14th. Charles Stevens Jr. in 15th. Chuck Phelps in 16th. Andy Kurtz in 17th. Jake Cunningham in 18th. 19th, Spencer Gay. 20th, Kenneth Pack. 21st, Gary Wright. 22nd, Philip Monzo. 23rd, Lucas Lyons. Disappointing night for him, that disconnect, but still recovers, and with a caution would have got back on the lead lap, but that caution never came. Matt Knight's going to come home in 24th. Tommy Osborne in 25th. Mike Veith in 26th. Mike Bertosa in 27th. Shane Wood in 28th. Mickey Isaac 29th. Curtis Sauber in 30th. Jeremiah Holt in 31st. Travis Bieber in 32nd. Kyle Roberts 33rd. These are the drivers who exited the race early, and Butch Taylor comes home in last in 34th. Well, all right. Well, let's talk to some drivers. Let's see what they thought about the race. I mean, just a great Kansas race. I mean, a lot of green flag runs. That's what I love to see the most. Being able to see those green flag runs and get to see some green flag pit stops, some cautions. This race had a lot going for it. But so far, unfortunately, for the rest of the field, Jonathan Cofield was just head and shoulders above everybody. But let's talk to some of these drivers and see what they thought. And we'll get our third place finisher in here, Daniel Cunningham. Daniel Cunningham, Miss Eddie in the booth. You got a copy?
Yes, sir. I got you.
Well, an interesting race. You were up front most of the night. You moved your way up to the top 5. You had some contact there in the middle of the race, but able to recover and come home in third. So it's a great job there. Cofield just kind of was able to get out front, and seemed like it was tough to pass. What did you need? What was the trick to maybe get up there and make some noise up front?
Yeah, I told Cofield it kind of reminded me of the national championship game from back when they had Cam Newton. We got Auburn beating Oregon up here at the front. So, uh, yeah, I mean, he was definitely faster, especially over the long run. I kind of feel like if we would have maybe had 15, 20 laps or so at the end, I might have been able to get around him and maintain. But definitely once we hit like the back third of the tire run, it seemed like he was a lot faster, a lot better at saving some tires. So, yeah, I mean, good night overall. Probably about where I would have finished if everything would have shook out normally without the incident. Went back and watched it. I think it was just a racing deal between me and the 79 on a restart. So, but yeah, I mean, we tried to, me and Caustic and Lucas tried to keep our ducks in a row tonight, and just needed a little bit more speed in the V formation. I think we might have been able to get up there and get around the Auburn truck.
Yeah, well, you tried hard at the end, and you were fighting off a Garrett Kinder that was trying to get that third place back. I mean, a great finish, man. Third place. Just seemed like it was so tough to pass out there. But talk a little bit about that race and green flag runs there early, and then some cautions at the end. Were you ever concerned? I mean, just were you concerned that you weren't going to be able to get back up there to the front after that wreck?
I didn't really know what to expect, to be honest, after I got in that wreck, because I mean I did have the faster pair, but I didn't take tires, and I knew I spent a lot of time sideways in the middle of the turn, so I wasn't sure how much that might have took off the tire life or anything like that. But yeah, I was just at that point I was kind of thinking to myself, well, just gonna go out here and drive the wheels off of it and see what we can make out of it. So I think Kinder probably was a little bit faster there at the end. Same with Adcock before he got in the wall getting up to us. But yeah, it's just so freaking hard to pass in these things here. Once you get about 15, 20 laps on the tires, you can't really run the bottom all that well, especially in 3 and 4. So, and with these trucks being so much momentum based, I mean, if they had another 100 horsepower, maybe you could find something to make the bottom work. But yeah, like you said, just tough to pass once you get into the run like that.
Well, came home in third out of 34 trucks. That's a dang good finish and good points night for you. As always, man, who you got to thank?
Yeah, appreciate you doing the broadcast. Thanks to all the guys and Bandits hanging out, making everything fun tonight. Appreciate Kleeman and Brandon stepping in for him tonight since he wasn't here to keep things running smooth. And thanks to Lucas for painting all these Oregon Duck trucks that we got here tonight.
Well, there you have it. Third place finish. A good recovery for Daniel Cunningham as he's able to bring that 08 truck down in third. But let's move on to our second place finisher, Michael Kostick, who comes home with a second place. A great drive at the end, trying to run his teammate down, but that little dirty air bubble seemed to be kind of holding you up there, Kostick. What did you need to get around that 58 truck?
Yeah, I don't know. That 3 and 4, I was able to dive it in there on the last lap and gain up some ground. I don't know if it would have been beneficial to try to drop down there earlier. It seemed like as the run went on there, it was just losing speed down low and everyone shifted up high. But yeah, I'll take second. I usually am pretty terrible here. I never understand when the line shifts. I'm always late to do it, and it is what it is. Cofield was fast all night, so he definitely deserved to win anyways.
Well, I mean, a Bandit's 1, 2, 3. You can't beat that in a field of 34 trucks. But yeah, I mean, a great run early. Got some green flag pit stops. As we didn't get our first caution until right around lap 60 or so. Talk a little bit about that first run. What were you struggling with? What did you notice the difference between the first half of the race and the second half?
First half, it was just pretty much getting stuck in dirty air there, and then a couple guys, I guess, burned their tires up and trying to work through them without getting into them or overdriving into the wall. The second run, I stayed out a few extra laps there, so I was kind of able to save the tires but still make up a lot of ground, and then the caution started rolling in, so it was save fuel for a little bit and then go all out.
Well, second place finish, just could not get over and get over there and get in front of your teammate there at the end. Just come up a little bit short. But, going forward, we got some tracks that I think are good for you. I mean, Daytona next week, that's kind of a crapshoot. Then we go to, got Watkins Glen and Bristol. Those feel like pretty good tracks for you. How confident are you going into those next few races?
Well, Daytona definitely not excited for. Bristol can go either way. I feel like I run good there as long as people stay out of my back bumper enough. And Watkins Glen, I'm obviously excited for that one, so should be a good couple races.
All right. Well, Michael Kostick, second place finisher here tonight. Who you got to thank tonight?
Thank you for doing the broadcast. Bubba for stepping in and doing race control and driving. Matt for everything he does for the series, and all my teammates at Bandits.
All right. Michael Kostick with the second place finish. But the man of the hour in the Auburn paint scheme is Jonathan Cofield. You got a copy?
War Eagle, brother. Yes, sir.
Well, just hate to hear that. But tonight, a winner here at Kansas. Just a dominating performance, 79 laps out of 100. Kind of a drafty track. Guys can really, you can run some different lanes, especially early. But you seem to kind of separate yourself every single time. What was the difference for that 58 machine?
The first 10, 15 laps, I know everybody said you can go wide open first 10, 15 laps, but I was letting it breathe, going in the corner, trying to save my tire. I was running up there with Daniel, and he run the top a lot, and I just kept on the bottom, and then he got by me and started pulling away. And I figured, the top had been pretty good on old tires, so each time before we pitted, I'd wait till about 10 to go, and I'd jump on the high side, and that's where I run him down, and I could really pull away from everybody else by doing that.
Well, you pulled away to almost a 2.5 second lead there at one point. That clean air just so important. And you had the clean air on those restarts, able to pull away almost a half a second into turn one each time. And then there at that last little run to the end, Kostick just could not get past that bubble. What was on your mind? Kostick was one of the first drivers to get as close to you as just anybody tonight, especially in the second half of the race. What was your plan? What were your thoughts as he started getting a little bit closer? How were you going to defend that 8 machine if he got to you?
Oh, yeah, you know how Kostick is. He scares you anytime he's behind you, real good at tire saving. But, yeah, I was doing all I could just to keep the air on him. And then I jumped up to the high side, and I run up there for a few laps. And I'm like, man, he's still on the bottom. He's going to jump up here, and he's going to run me down, kind of like I done Daniel. But it all played out. That last caution we had I think we went back green with right at 20 to go, kind of worried me. I think Adcock and a few other guys took tires, and seen him and my relative. I seen Adcock coming, and I was like, I got to go ahead and get up on his high side. So I think with about 13 to go, I jumped up there. I jumped up a little early, but he was still just barely catching us, but I could kind of hold my ground.
Well, hold your ground you did. Dominated the race, started fourth, led 79 laps, and you got your victory. Now, you're not locked into the playoffs because they don't do that here this season. So talk a little bit about that. How does that change how you drive, knowing that you're not locked in? You just won the race, but you're not locked in the playoffs. You still got to fight and make sure you run well every week. What's your strategy? How does that change the way you race here with this rule change?
I just got to be consistent. Don't mess up. Get some good finishes. Really not looking to do the playoffs in the trucks this season. I'm more focused on the ARCA again. So me and my son ran the first race, the truck race, and we're kind of sharing this ride this season. He's getting some seat time.
There you go. Love it. A family affair. That's what NASCAR is all about. Well, congratulations on your win, Jonathan. Just a dominating performance. And as always, man, the floor is yours. Who you got to thank? Sponsor shout-outs.
Yes, sir. I want to thank V-Speed for you and the broadcast. Doing an awesome broadcast, man. Brandon Walsh for stepping in for Kleeman. All the admins, teammates at Bandits Motorsports. Daniel Cunningham, man, he is getting he's improved a lot, man. I'm proud of old Daniel Cunningham. Cofield Asphalt Refinishing, Cofield Supply and Services, all my family and friends that watch back at home.
All righty. Well, there you have it. Jonathan Cofield, your winner here tonight at Kansas. Just an impressive performance out of him. Not surprising, but definitely impressive. But, well, we are at the end of this one. There's really not much left to talk about. It's just been a great couple of races. You know, for have 34 drivers and only come away with 3 cautions, man, kudos to the field. Just great driving by everybody. Most of the cautions that we had tonight were most of the cautions we had tonight were a result of net code and just some silly stuff. So I can't say that anybody drove crazy or anything like that. Not as much drama at the end that we had last week, but you know, hey, it was some good racing all throughout the pack. I mean, like I said early on, I could just close my eyes, click anywhere, and could find some side-by-side battling. So pretty good race. Thanks, Flexible Freight Solutions, for the post-race show. Want to thank Hardline Transport Solutions as well for their sponsorship of this series. Want to thank Chuck Pegleg for the pole award. No Neck for the hard charger. Matt Clemon there, and Andy Kurtz for the hard luck award winner. But getting ready to call this one. Want to thank y'all and everybody who shows up and watches. You know, I don't really like to ask for anything, but if you're still in chat and you're not subscribed, please hit subscribe. Tell your friends and family to subscribe. I'm not trying to make any money out of this channel as far as from YouTube monetization. 500 subscribers is just a goal. We want to get as many eyeballs on your series and other series that we broadcast here on V-Speed Racing Network. So if you can, subscribe. If you don't want to see the videos, you can turn off notifications, but if you want to subscribe, that way you can always see when we're doing stuff. And you know, well, I like to think we do good work here, so we want you to be able to see some things. We throw up videos from time to time that I think are pretty entertaining, so definitely subscribe if you like what you see. And you know, if you need broadcasting, definitely reach out. We'll get you hooked up. We got 3 channels, so not only subscribe to V-Speed Racing Network, but also V-Speed. That's the main channel. V-Speed 2. You'll see me and Alec Martinez on Friday nights there in the Champion Motorsports Friday Night Truck Series, and definitely give that one a follow as well. You'll see Bradley Cooper on I believe it's Friday, Saturday, and then Tuesday nights as well. So and I believe it's coming up Monday. So V-Speed going to be picking up. Bradley's going to be leading the charge, showing us all how it's done. So definitely go check that out as well. I think they're good enough. I think these broadcasts that V-Speed puts on are so good that you can watch them, don't know who the hell is racing in them. I think it's a great time. But anyway, want to thank Matt Clemon for his effort and all the other admins for what they do. I mean, getting 34 drivers on the track, only 3 cautions, that is a testament to the admins here at Rebel. So want to thank Mike Bertosa again, Hardline Transport Solutions, and Adam Baker over at V-Speed. All right, guys, have a good night. We'll see y'all next week.